Hurry, please. Will you kindly let down the chain? I'm in an awful hurry.
What's all the rush, miss?
Here, there's a man chasing me.
Chasing you? Nothing small than a 20. I ain't got no chain.
Just keep it, but do let down that chain, please.
Well, by rights, I had an order.
Well, for goodness sake, can't you hurry?
Since we had you in here, Miss Van Dyke.
I've been sick.
I'll have to hold you for night court. You can wait in the judge's chambers. 31st Precinct, Sergeant McDonald. Yeah? 81st and Park Avenue. Yeah. Yeah, right away. Hey, Eddie. Roust out the voice. Send them up to 81st and Park Avenue. Traffic all jammed up. Looks like a riot or...
I'm Tony Van Dyke.
Mrs. Van Dyke for the children to come in. You stay here, Henry, while I talk to them. You're a soothing influence. I spend my entire life trying to keep out of the newspapers, and they spend theirs getting into them. But that's going to change.
Well, here we are, Father. The whole tribe.
Oh, you. Will you wait outside, please? Just a little while. It won't be long.
Yeah, say that it ain't. Who's that? How did he get in here?
He came along with me.
Why? Who is he?
Oh, a man, a very nice man. What was it you wanted, Daniel? I have a great many things to do today.
Yes, I'm sure you have. You all have. I'm sorry to trouble you. One nice thing about my family, I can always keep track of you. Now, it may interest you to know that my doctors, a whole army of them, have told me that I must take a rest. Above all, I am not to worry.
Father, are you sick?
Yes, I'm sick. I'm sick of you. Sick of all of you. Put that stick down. Your last performance was a masterpiece. If you'd fallen and bashed your head in, you notice I didn't say brains. It would have served you right. It isn't enough that you have no useful purpose in life. You have to go out of your way to invent methods of making the fact conspicuous.
I'm not meant to be useful, Father. Theory of the leisure class. Only an enormously rich man can afford me. I'm proof of your importance.
Oh, nonsense. The mad Van Dyke, they call you. Well, you're driving me mad, too. Would you please stop tinkering with yourself, Cal? I've got something to say to you, too.
Yes, Father.
How's about it, lady?
Just a minute longer.
Who is that?
I told you he's with me.
You needn't laugh. Your recent activities are the worst of the lot. Against my wishes and advice. You insist on throwing yourself at an addle-pated, empty-pocketed count.
Listen, lady.
Yes, just as you say, I promise.
Hey, what does that fellow want? Can't I have a moment's peace in my own office?
I told you he's the one that's going downtown with me.
Downtown? This is downtown. Where downtown?
He's taking me to see the man about the pearls.
What pearls?
Silly, the pearls I bought in Paris.
I see. You brought some pearls back from Paris. And?
I put everything else down in my customs declaration, but you know how they are. They say it's the same as smuggling if you forget to declare something. I'm going down to give that man a piece of my mind, but definitely.
You couldn't by any chance be referring to the collector of customs.
Of course, the collector, the thing he's there.
How much did the pearls cost?
In American money? Oh, I haven't the faintest idea. I bought them in francs. But really, Daniel, they're a great bargain.
How many francs?
How many? Let me see. 4, 5? No, 450,000, I think, something like that. But I'm not a mathematical genius.
$30,000. And the fine will be for the full value. Will you have a check made out for that amount?
Oh, really, Daniel, it's absurd to give in to them like that.
Just a minute, please. Give me that. Now, you'll be all over the front pages again tomorrow. Society leader fined a smuggler. Pretty. And all because you're too dizzy or too infernally lazy to make a proper customs declaration.
Daniel, don't talk like a cat.
Haven't you the slightest respect for your family? Or the name you bear?
My family is as good as yours.
All right, sprawl yourselves all over the front pages. But tomorrow is going to be the last time for any of us. From now on, it's going to be my turn. Wait till the newspapers find out that the government is going to make an example of me as an income tax violator.
Daniel,
What?
Father.
Shocked, eh? I'm not supposed to do anything wrong. That's supposed to be your privilege. You're the only ones that can disgrace the family name. Oh, you're only amateurs. I'm going to be all over the newspapers now. Daniel Van Dyke. There won't be room for you. Take a rest. Take it easy, my doctors tell me. And my lawyers say if I don't put up a fight, I'll be convicted.
Convict you?
You expect me to disregard the advice of my physicians, to put up a fight, to save the family honor.
But I'm a sick man. Do you hear?
Father, are you sick? Seriously?
I don't want your sympathy. You're a little bit late. I'm going to plead guilty and go to jail.
Jail? Oh, Cesar. Daniel, Cesar is in jail.
Did you hear what I said? I said I'm going to jail.
You can't, Daniel. You must do something for Cesar.
I'm not going to do anything for Cesar. I'm not going to do anything for anybody. I'm going to follow the advice of my doctors. I'm going away for arrest. Arrest from all of you. I'm going to prison for 5 long years. I have on a weeping willow tree, fairly well, fairly well, fairly well. Hey, Pa, come here.
This is an outrage. Wanton destruction of property. Look at that. Page 92 toward clean out. Who had the book last?
The Swede, Spencer. But it really doesn't matter. There wasn't anything on that page except a lot of figures.
Those figures prove the whole theory. No good without them.
In practice, I found that things don't usually work out the way the theorists would have us believe.
Oh, that hooey gives me a pain in the neck. I'm surprised to hear you subscribing to such doctrines, a man who was one of the controlling factors in international finance.
Oh, you know about me.
Of course. But you're talking like the guys around the cranberry barrel in a country grocery store.
Not as bad as that, I hope.
I'm not surprised you got caught on your income tax.
Say, who are you? What are you in here for?
I got caught on my income tax.
I'd never take you for a businessman.
There's not much difference between your business and mine. People don't think so much of either one of them right now, banking or beer.
Oh, you mean bootlegging? Well, of course, that never really was a business.
No, what was it?
Well, I think I better put the books away now. It's pretty near time for the dinner signal.
Sit down.
Well, all right.
What makes you think bootlegging wasn't a business?
Well, I suppose it was in a way, but everybody knows about hijacking and killing and all that.
Sure, people get killed. There's a certain wastage in human life in every big enterprise. Inevitable industrial hazards, you call
Yes,
it.
but I'm talking about murder. Cold-blooded murder for which bootlegging was responsible.
Businessmen are responsible for knocking off quite a few themselves. How about the 4 suckers who jumped out the window after the market crash?
Oh.
When their bonds went sour, their savings banks caved in.
Dribble, are you trying to compare me with bootleggers? Cowardly, craven bootleggers?
You mean guys like Spot Ricardi? Think he's a coward?
All bootleggers are.
Men at the top, the brains, get a lot of things pinned on.
Well, Ricardi was at the top, all right. Public enemy #1. Just a confirmed criminal, a vicious sadist, a cheap Hell's Kitchen butcher.
We'll take this up some other time.
Get the cellmate, Pop. If I was you, I'd get my junk up on that top bunk quick. The con coming in here is used to having the best there is. It's Spot Ricardi. Okay, in here.
Hiya, Pop. We've met before. It was tough to fix this. They figured you didn't want a cellmate, or maybe just not Spot Ricardi. Oh, no, it's much nicer this way. Man gets lonesome sometimes. Didn't you know who I was in the library?
Well, do you think I'd have said what I did? Anyway, I don't know much about those things, and the newspapers exaggerate so.
Yeah. Mickens?
Oh, thanks, no. I just can't really believe that you're Spot Ricardi.
Why not?
Well, the way you talk.
Because I was a bootlegger once? Listen, Pop. Anybody who's smart can see the world's changing and change with it. I'll be getting out of here pretty soon, and when I do, I'll be an educated man. I've spent 6 years here in Stonewall College. That's my alma mater. Oh. I got him to put me in here with you because I had a lot of respect for you. A big shot, a big executive. Thought I could learn things from you. And what do I find? A sucker. An 18-carat sucker.
I don't have to stay here and listen to your insults.
No. Why don't you go and take a ride around the park for yourself? You're yellow. You let your family push you around like a piece of putty.
I'm not yellow.
You're a blob of dough.
If you only knew my family.
Every family's the same. Listen, I got a kid brother started burning up the loop in Chicago, drinking Lake Michigan dry. He's in college now, doing A1. And my sister, she was all dressed up like Technicolor, getting a heavy play from the Lakeshore Heels. I slapped her in a convent school. You can crack down on your kids the same way.
And my wife. I can't very well slap her into a convent school.
Slap her in the kisser.
I'm not kidding. I guess I'm just not the type.
I wish I could do it for you. I'd like to cop a quick gander at a puss when you socked her.
Beg pardon?
I said I'd like to cop a gander at a puss when you socked her, sucker.
Oh, yes, of course. But what are you doing that for? Don't you want the law?
They wouldn't have given you that soft job in the library if you didn't have a bad ticker or something. Besides, I'm getting out of here before you do.
Thanks, boss. Thanks. Hey, could I have some of the makings now?
Keep trying, old boy.
My heart on a weeping willow tree, fare thee well, fare thee well, fare thee well.
Not bulgy in the middle, not skimpy on the ends, not moist. Spot, old boy, if you want to know the secret, just ask the old maestro.
There's a tavern in the town,
Not bad.
where my true love sitting down, sitting down.
Here's one you missed, Dan. It's from your office.
Read it to me.
Dear Daniel, your family had me in a state of perplexity. I'll bet he charged you $2 for that word.
Last month, they spent $40,000. However, their genius for getting into trouble alarms me more than their extravagance.
Oh, they're driving me crazy.
What you ought to do is choose a guardian for them, who's just as hard-boiled as you ain't. Haven't you got some pal on the outside that'll go through for you?
No, nobody who'd care to tackle that job.
That's where my racket had it over yours. I got plenty of pals that go through for me for anything, and I go through for them. We had some queer ideas, but that was one of them.
Spot, I've got it. I'll put it up to Raleigh. I'll write him to cut them down to $5,000 a month.
That's cracking down on him. With a feather duster.
Listen,
If I dictate what to write, have you got nerve enough to send it?
shoot.
Here it is. That family of mine has had me jumping through hoops long enough. From now on, they get $100 a month and no more. 25 for the girl, 25 for the boy, 50 for the old lady.
And 15 for the old... Would it spoil it if we said my wife? But they couldn't possibly live on $100 a month, even if he had the nerve to ask them to.
Getting yeller again?
They've been spoiled all their lives.
When a barrel of beer is spoiled, it's spoiled for good. People are not like that. Sure, they're spoiled. So what? Unspoiled.
Yes, but this is an awfully big dose.
The way to take medicine is to gulp it down. Not roll every drop of it on your tongue.
You're right, son. You're always right.
Pop! 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 Hey, you! Why don't I get any news from Pop? It's been 4 days since you promised to let me know. What is that doctor doing to him anyway?
Down.
Down.
Please, gentlemen, he has very little strength left.
You understand, Raleigh. I'm out of sympathy with this whole undertaking. If I had known Daniel Van Dyke 20 years and seen him do equally absurd things,
You're no fool, Wendition. I learned something about human nature. 50 years. I know a man I can trust to get things done when I see him.
Now, don't get excited.
All you have to do is satisfy yourself that I was sound mind. That this thing is legal.
No doubt about your mind. Pardon me.
Can you read it, Daniel?
Know it by heart.
There. All done. Now you can rest, Daniel.
That is he, Ricardi.
I've already sent for Ricardi.
Well, I won't be sorry if he doesn't come.
Sorry, pal. But if Pop can still whisper, you'll take what he wants and like it.
Ricardi!
All right, one. Daniel wants to ask you a favor.
Sure, anything. What can I do, Pop?
He has just made you sole trustee of his estate.
Trustee? Listen, Pop, you're going to snap out of this.
Your prison term expires in a few days.
But I'm not the right guy for that job anyway.
He feels you're the one person who could really control his family.
Where are they? Why aren't they here?
You weren't invited. This is my party.
Why they laugh in my face?
You'll have the broadest kind of powers, complete control of their personal expenses.
What are all you guys, nuts? I lost my citizenship when I came in here. That needn't trouble you, Ricardi. Your good record here and the warden's recommendation are enough to get your citizenship restored. I'm authorized to give you that assurance. But my name's still Ricardi. Spot Ricardi. It's like an advertisement of bad goods. Can't you see, Pop? You'll only put me on the spot.
Yellow?
No, I'm not yellow, but I won't take it. I can.
sucker on the kisser.
Not a chance. I'm out.
I thought you guys always went through for a pal.
Sure I would, but...
Listen, Spot. I'm getting out of here ahead of you. I'm a dying man.
You shouldn't talk like this.
I'm asking you with my dying breath.
All right, Pop. Anything.
Sucker.
Why, you dirty double-crossing! Pop.
Look. The guy's smiling.
Here he comes, fellas. Good luck, Spot.
Thanks, I won't be dated.
Hey, Spot, give us a grin, will you?
Hold it just a second. I got here first.
Hey, hold it, Spot. Come on, boys, shoot him quick, will you? I want to get away from that mausoleum. How's it feel, Spot? Going back in the booze racket now? Take it easy, take it easy. My name's not Ricardi anymore. It's Joe Rickett from now on. Spot Ricardi is as dead as the suds on last night's beer. They gave me a few bucks just now for the work I did in there. It came harder than any dough I ever made in my life. But it feels better. That'll sound like a pipe organ one of these days. Seen Boston around here, you're supposed to meet me.
Right here, Chief! Over here!
Hiya, pal!
Oh, give me a mic glad and
Well, I'm glad to see you. Hey, you're looking swell.
Right over here, Chief.
Sure. Come on, let's get out of here. Tell the driver to shake those newspaper guys, will you?
Stay there.
Where'd you get the heat?
Your old one fixed over.
Yeah?
Look. Inch and a half thick, bulletproof. Latest stuff, full steel, all over. Soundproof. Say, you can pull a St. Valentine's Day massacre in here. No one ever know nothing.
That's just dandy. Who's it all for?
Huh? You.
Sorry, pal, not me. That's all out.
Tex and the mob said you'd be like this. I give them my personal guarantee.
Tex, that's his list.
I said you must. But ain't joining no choir.
All right. Where to now?
I know a place where we can get real shut-eye, real feather bed. Hey, ain't that something?
Ah! Almost forgot how the people lived on the outside. Hi, Spot. Hi, Tex.
How you doing?
Everything looking fine, Chief.
How's it, Dope?
Hello, boys. So that's your place.
Yeah, all the mob, just like the old days.
You don't seem so tickled, do you?
What is it, a coming out party?
Yeah, all the boys got together and cooked up some ideas on you was turning out today. They come from all over. Slugs was in Shy, Millie come all the way from the coast, and Uncle Jim Bond in Jersey. I'd have blasted out if I had to.
You doing the thinking for him now, Tex?
Nothing, Sticks. Just mapped out. Why, Tex said itself. Let's see what the brain says.
You guys need more than a brain. Can't you get it through your thick skull? The heat's on. It's going to stay on for good.
Soft and stern,
Bootlegging was a business. There's no percentage being a cheap crook and spending the rest of your life in and out of the can.
You ever hear of the snatch racket? It's just waiting for a good mob to step in and clean up right.
Listen, sweetheart, I don't suppose you can read, but somebody should have told you. The snatch racket ain't any good. Where's Babyface? The Purple Gang? Pretty Boy Floyd? And why? Because if you snatch a guy, you got to give him back to collect the dough. And he's the one witness that can burn you. And if you don't give him back all in one piece, nobody's going to go on paying off for corpses. So I'm willing you my share of the snatch racket. They still got lots of room for you where I just come from. A whole flock of empty cells up in the death house.
The boys have passed up some pretty good bets to hook up with you. They maybe won't like you just stepping out.
Too bad I've stepped. And remember this, keep on your own side of the fence. If you don't, you better duck. Coming with me, Boston?
Me? Yes, but wait.
I'll go down and get the heat. Go down and get it yourself and drive to New York and get rid of it. I'm going by train, not in that battleship. So long, boys.
My dear Carol, I forbid it. The fruit of that forbidden tree whose mortal taste brought death into the world, and all its woe. That is by Milton.
I don't care if it's by the angel Gabriel. I came purely for your professional advice. Is this enough of a disguise, or should you make me up?
Well, you're still recognizable, my dear, and after all, even the gangster may have seen your pictures in the paper.
He's been in jail for years.
Yet still we hug that dear deceased.
You forgot to say who that's by.
I don't know. Not stepping over the bounds of modesty. That is by Shakespeare, to be precise, Romeo and Juliet.
Save those for paying customers. I've got to hurry. Maybe he goes to bed early. Got used to it in prison.
But do you have to do this? What sense is there in it?
I'm curious. Imagine having a gangster, big shot bootlegger, practically our guardian. Of course I want to see him. Never seen a real one.
Couldn't you wait until it came about naturally?
Let Mother and Tony wait if they want. Oh, Alan, isn't it thrilling? You suppose you'll take us for a ride or something dreadful and exciting?
Filled me with a fantastic terror never felt before.
Shakespeare.
Poe.
You know, Alan, I doubt if I'll marry you after all. It would be cheaper to buy Bartlett's familiar quotations. Good night.
Vain as a leaf upon a tree, and fickle as a changing dream. Sir Walter Scott.
Get rid of that heap?
Yeah, sure.
What did you do with it?
I left it with a guy in 47, so he'll get all he can out of it. Say, this is quite a layout.
That's your room.
Oh, great.
Wait a minute. You won't need the artillery around here.
Oh, Spot, I've been wearing that for 11 years steady. I don't feel dressed like.
Who's this guy on West 42nd Street?
Huh? I don't know his name. Say, Spot, well, look what I just picked up in one of them gag stores. You put your fingers in here and you can't get them out. The guy in the store had to take it off, but he could... Well, how do you do that?
Like this?
Say, show me.
Figure it out. Duck while I see who this is.
Hello.
Oh.
I'm Polly Pry of the Graphic.
Come in if you wish. How did your newspaper know I was here?
Oh, newspapers know everything. You mind?
Not at all. Would you like a drink?
Why, yes, I guess it'll be all right. You know, my real name's not Polly Pry, so don't judge me by that. My pen name. I'm from the Graphic. Oh. I said that before, didn't I?
Yes, but you didn't tell me why you're running a gossip column. You happen to be interested in me.
No, everybody's interested in you, especially since you've been made trustee of the Van Dyke estate.
Who told you that?
Who? Oh, who? Why, my newspaper, of course. How do you intend to tame the mad Van Dykes? They're pretty impossible, you know.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Why not?
If you want to know, because I'm afraid of them.
You're afraid of them, but they're in a panic about you.
Well, you see, I've never been up against people like that before. Blue bloods, gentlemen and ladies who speak the King's English.
You seem to be doing all right.
Think so? Phony baloney. Sure, I can put it over on a lot of cons, pull gags like, well, Professor, if we presuppose the hypothesis. Oh, malarkey.
Why do you make fun of yourself?
Should I try to bluff you? You're the genuine article. I can tell him when I see him. Even though I'll never be.
Don't talk like that. You shouldn't try to be anything that you're not. You're strong and vital. You're somebody. You're a big shot.
Shut. Nothing but cheap chiseling hoodlums, all of them. I know. How do you suppose I started? Over on the west side by the docks. My stepfather was a souse. You know, one of those singing souses that was always dusting off the sidewalk with his pants. We were all gutter weeds. The whole family. We got by on what I snitched off the vegetable wagons on West Street.
Poor kid.
Oh, save the sympathy. A lot of guys come up out of that and manage to kick the dust off. I don't know why I'm telling you all this.
Because you're pretty much a man.
I'd rather be a gentleman. When I think I got to go up against that Van Dyke mob. I don't know. I wish they had machine guns.
Look at Tony, that's the boy. Never done a stroke of work in his life. Maybe if someone could strap him down to the wagon, he'd amount to something.
That's easy. But Mrs. Van Dyke.
Selfish, scatterbrained, snobbish.
And the girl.
Oh, the girl. Well, I really like her, but she's a dizzy blonde.
Sure, spoiled, beautiful, and dumb, I know.
Spoiled and beautiful, but not dumb. Well, I think I better be going. I wonder, do you suppose... Could you walk across the park with me? I spent my last nickel getting up here. I get scared it'll be dark before I get home.
I'm a stranger around here myself, but I think I know my way through the park. Excuse me, I'll get my coat.
Hey, lady, can you figure how to get this off? I'm stuck. It can't get loose. Oh, that's no good. I've been doing that all the time. It's a trick. It's a game.
Oh, I see.
Well, what are you going to do? Hey, show me how.
Don't tell him. It may develop his mind.
Maybe it's been overexposed. Can't be developed. Aren't you going to offer me one?
Don't like women smoking.
How long were you in Atlanta? 100 years? You sound positively mid-Victorian.
Much more old-fashioned than that. All gangsters are at least medieval. But permit me.
I think I rather like being old-fashioned. Tonight. I could even be as old-fashioned as that.
Not for me. Too far back. Adam and Eve.
Don't forget an apple a day.
Raises Cain in the Ellie Bay.
There's a tavern in the town, there's a tavern in the town.
That's funny. My father used to sing that every morning when he was shaving.
Oh, yeah?
You idiot! What'd you do that for? I'm all wet!
You've been all wet right along.
Take your dirty hands off me. Put me down! Let me down this minute! You needn't think you're coming with me.
Take Miss Van Dyke home. 1026 Park Avenue.
Wasn't tired. Tweedums didn't like nasty man keeping Muddy waiting so long, did him?
He makes us sit here another 5 minutes. I'm going to walk out.
The awful shadow of some unseen power floats, though unseen, amongst us. Percy Bysshe Shelley, God rest his soul. Shakespeare puts it even better. Who steals my purse, steals trash.
Yes, well, he'll hear you.
That's swell. I hope he hasn't missed a word.
It'll only be a minute or two longer. He's in the midst of something very important. They're positively fuming.
Always keep the other guy waiting. Gets on his nerves. An old trick of Dempsey's. Well, let's get it over.
Come in, please.
What is this, a dog show? Why aren't they on a leash, too?
Oh, the unspeakable.
I had rather be a dog and bathe the moon than such a Roman. Shakespeare.
Oh, I never in all my life.
Check my hat, too, please.
Take 'em. Dyke.
Have it your own way, pal.
Your threats pass me by as an idle wind, which I respect not. Her ports all up, her battle lanterns lit, her leashed thunder gathered for the leap. Silence. I was wrong. James Russell Lowell.
Sit down, everyone.
Decent of you, old boy.
I'm ashamed of you, Henry, that you should allow such a thing. Such a man.
Careful, Mother. Mr. Ricardi can lick any woman his weight in the world.
I'm trying to get right to the point. I didn't want this job. I only took it because Pop wanted it. Mr. Van Dyke wanted me to. And I hope you have the sense to cooperate with me. If you don't, I'll have to crack down on you.
Crack down? Women and children first, I suppose. Always the perfect gentleman.
Dry up.
I'm quite dry, thank you. This isn't Central Park.
I know what Pop wanted, and that's what goes you're after. First, you're all going to keep out of the newspapers. Second, you're going to stop squandering money. Or else I'll advertise in every paper in town that the Van Dyke estate will not be responsible for any bills unless approved by me as trustee. And you're going to do something more useful than swinging golf sticks. Be here Monday morning. You'll get $25 a week and limit your drinking to that.
I was under the impression you intended to carry out my father's wishes.
That's just what I'm doing.
I see you didn't get to know Father very well. You never met me to work. I've had something much harder to do than that. Had to handle Father's drinking as well as my own. And you can't imagine how much Father's share turned out to be.
I can understand why we seem strange to you, Mr. Ricardi. We're ladies and gentlemen.
Strictly leisure class.
As a matter of fact, Tony, I think his plan for you is a very good one.
Thank you, madam. I'm sure you will likewise approve when I ask you to curb your taste for European novelties, made in America.
Well, of all the... I never, but definitely. Carol.
You had it coming, Mother.
You'll have to forego the luxury of making an undignified old fool of yourself with household pets like Caesar. As for your daughter and her title pickpockets and half-cooked hams, that's all over, too. Washed up. Break the engagement. Announce it any way you want it.
You said just about enough.
If you don't care to make the announcement yourself, I will.
I'll marry whoever I want to and spend as much money as I wish. Why, I could sue, have the whole will set aside. It's easy enough to see how you bullied my father into making you the trustee. There's an expression for that sort of thing, a legal name.
Undue influence?
Nothing of the kind. I'm in a position to know, my dear.
I don't care. No court would stand for a man with his record if we put up a fight.
The will provides that any beneficiary who fights it or tries to remove the trustee is automatically eliminated. The other beneficiaries will get your share.
Was it awesome?
Your husband anticipated that, too. In that case, the entire estate will go to charity. Go ahead, Sue Carol. Your share will only go to Mother and me, and we'll give it right back to you.
I do nothing of the kind.
Look out, you're rocking the boat. You'll have to go overboard.
You can laugh now. You won't when I put it up to a judge whether Spot Ricardi can run my life for me or not.
Rickett is the name.
Ricardi, what's good enough for the police is good enough for me. Oh, you don't like that, do you? You want everyone to forget you're an ex-convict. Public enemy number one, common criminal, cheap chiseler.
Yeah.
Don't think I'm going to put up with being dictated to by a West Side hoodlum. Look out, Mr. Ricardi. You can't snitch the Van Dyke vegetables the way you used to down on the West Side.
Shut up, Squint! If you weren't a girl...
And if you were a gentleman, you'd like to be one, wouldn't you? Well, you never will be. You haven't the first instincts of good taste, or you wouldn't bring us into this office. My father's office, acting as if you'd taken his place, using his desk, sitting in his chair.
You won't need those pencils, boys. Good, will you, Spot? We got additions to make.
You're going to resign your job and take it on the lam?
You'll better be hot, whatever it is, or we won't even make the split page on my sheet.
Is this hot enough for you? Carol Van Dyke has broken her engagement to Alan Bartlett, the actor.
Boy, that is something.
Will that make you split page?
Page one, no fooling.
I just lost in a crowd at the elevators. The joint's full of lawyers' offices. Oh, give me a break, will you, Joe? Listen, I've been tailing it 2 days, ain't I? That's a cop's job. Oh, I ain't no good at it. Oh, all right. Now you've done it. Hey, can't you see I'm having trouble enough?
May I help you? I was afraid I'd lost you. You know, if you have to follow me, the least you could do is try to keep up. I suppose you reported to Mr. Ricardi that I came here to see my lawyer. You can tell him I was going to sue, but I've changed my mind, and I'd like him to come to dinner next Tuesday night, if he will.
No, Dyke, he won't.
Oh, I think he will. And hereafter, if you don't mind, I'd like you to come right along with me. It'll save you taxi fares and a crick in the neck for me.
Mr. Ricardi.
How do you do, Mr. Rickard? So nice of you to come.
Thanks for the record.
You were right. It is time for me to settle down.
Then the war's over.
Tony said I hit below the belt the last time. I'll try not to again.
Thanks again.
Next time it may be clear over your head.
I'm afraid I'm way over my head right now. Hey, what's he doing here?
You're a little crazy.
Undoubtedly. Inherited.
You've all read Mr. Ricardi's announcement that I've broken my engagement to Alan. We refused to make any comment to the paper because we preferred to keep what we had to say for tonight. Mr. Ricardi has been urging me to settle down. I intend to. With Alan.
Why, Carol.
Congratulations!
I wish you all happiness, my dear.
Don't worry, she's not that crazy.
As a matter of fact, of course not. After dinner, we're all going to Coney Island. I want you to see the lovely wedding present that Alan is giving me.
The wonder of the underworld. Right in here, 10 cents a dime. The sensational death car. Yes, ma'am.
You will note, ladies and gentlemen, that the gasoline tank is completely protected by a very heavy armor plate. You will also observe, ladies and gentlemen, that the sides of the car are made of a very special steel to resist gunfire. Now, the engine itself is of standard make, but that is also heavily armor-plated. But the body, ladies and gentlemen, had to be secretly constructed by bootleg mechanics. And I wish to call your special attention to these devices, ladies and gentlemen. They are jets for emitting tear gas.
Don't let him fool you. I know more about it than he does. That used to be my car.
His car?
That tear gas stuff is a lot of bunk.
Oh, don't tell us that. You weren't safe against tear gas.
I told you that was a lot of hooey.
Must be embarrassing for a murderer to be caught weeping, and only from tear gas.
I had that car made to keep me from being murdered.
And so many people wanted to murder you. I can understand.
Carol, stop it. You're boring everybody stiff.
I'm sorry. Perhaps this won't bore you. There you are. Will you let them through? They're reporters. My turn to make a statement to the press. Mr. Bartlett has made arrangements for us to use this car. We feel that if it's sufficient protection for Mr. Ricardi against his enemies, it should protect us from Mr. Ricardi when we drive to Greenwich to be married tonight.
Married?
That's
We're
really
really going to be
nice.
married?
How do you like that?
Is there anything you'd like to say?
If you're going to drive it, I'd like to show you how to start it. Come on, Mike, grab another one. You step on the starter saw. You push in the clutch. It's the getaway.
I do, kind friends, I do. I can no longer stay with you, I'm hanging my heart on a weeping willow tree. Anywhere, anywhere, anywhere.
Whoa, Bertie, whoa!
Come on, get out.
You'll regret this.
My only regret is I only have one car to give to my country.
Well, how do you expect me to get home?
You still intend to marry that guy?
I certainly do.
Then walk if you haven't forgotten how.
Wait
Gonna marry him?
Yes. Can't we rest a while?
Sure, you can rest any time you want to.
You too, please. I can't all alone. I don't know where we are.
You gonna marry him?
Yes. Don't! Wait!
You gonna marry him?
Yes!
You all right?
You're a goofy little squirt.
I'm not a squirt. Don't call me squirt.
Pick him up. One move and I'll shoot. A rural stick-up.
I guess you know all right.
Do every Middlesex village and farm for the country folk to be up into arm. Here come the British. Bang, bang. Longfellow.
Don't get fresh. I saw you put a car over that cliff.
So that's what?
Well, there may be a body in it or something. You and your gal may be gangsters.
That makes you a mom, not a squirt.
Don't let him laugh at you. There was a body in that car. He's a famous gangster just out of prison. Don't you recognize him? Spot Ricardi.
Ricardi?
She's kidding you. Maybe and maybe she ain't. Keep him up, sister.
Oh, dear.
It's your own medicine. Swallow it. Can't you see she's no gangster's girl? No gangster'd have her.
Well, why'd you put a car over the cliff if there ain't nothing in it?
Do I look like Spot Ricardi? Really?
I don't think you do. You look more like a sissy.
Anyway, we ain't taking no chances. We'll see what the state troopers have got to say.
Yeah.
I hope you don't take it far. The lady's very tired.
Oh, just down the road a piece. Joe Milch's place.
Oh, Joe's place. Telephone the Van Dyke office. Get Raleigh. I'll pay for the call.
All right, pay, mister.
Adieu, kind friends, adieu. I can no longer stay with you, stay with you. I'll hang my heart on a weeping willow tree. Oh, weeping.
No, just hiccuping.
Stop it.
I'm trying to.
Hold your breath.
No good. Maybe if you scare me,
Scare you?
make faces. You know, like when you kill somebody.
What do you take me for?
That's it. Oh, it didn't work.
I wasn't making faces.
No?
I know one way to stop you.
But do it, please. You, what are you?
It stops you.
Oh, you insufferable, insolent, vulgar, monumental. Heel. Thought you'd give the little girl a thrill. Big He-Man stuff. You may be a Tarzan to yourself, but as far as I'm concerned, you're just a great big ape. You don't thrill me a bit. Thrill. You. Couldn't thrill anybody. Suppose I'm wasting my breath trying to arouse any finer feelings in you. What right have you got to come between two people who are in love? You've never been in love, have you? Have you?
Love? That's for a lot of saps. Not that I'm not just as big a sap as any of them. The trouble is, the kind of girl I go for would never give me a tumble. If a kid could only know how he's going to grow up. It's a funny proposition. This guy Wordsworth, one of the best word slingers in the poetry racket, says that the child is the father to the man. Well, if you ask me, the child is a stepfather to the man. A dumb kid who thinks he knows it all and gets himself tied up with a tough crowd in Zingo. A few years later, there's a full-grown man kicking himself all over the lot and asking himself, why can't I look at a decent girl like other people? Why do I have to put all my dreams in hock? So the mama bear said to the little baby bear, you go and put on your red flannels, go by and get a little bunny rabbit, and we'll all spend a lovely little afternoon in the woods together. And you needn't be afraid of the big bad wolf. Because Papa Bear will be right here to look out for you all the time. I trust Joan's layering has dispelled your notions about that fab actor.
He's a very good actor.
Yes, as an unconscious comedian, excellent.
I'll marry him if I want to. I'll do it tomorrow. Wait and see.
The last only cost $100,000.
Leave her alone. If she really wants to marry the guy, that's her privilege.
Really? How considerate of you, Mr. Ricardi.
Hell, you don't really mean that.
She means it all right, and the quicker she does it, the better.
I don't need you to defend me. What are you so interested for anyway? You can't make me do it if I don't want to. I'll do just as I please.
Of course. Have you ever done anything else all your life?
No, not another performance. Not a single one. I'm finished with this theater. I'm finished with all theaters. I'm getting married. Tonight.
Forgive my intrusion.
But what is it?
Sit down.
You can't intimidate me, sir.
Don't get excited. I didn't come here to stop your marriage. If I were against it at all, it'd be for your sake. I didn't come here to discourage you. I'm just warning you, if you marry that girl, you'll answer to me for every minute you make her unhappy. You'll have to keep away from women and lick up for good. If you do one thing to make her regret that she married you, I'll break every bone in your body. Make Billie of it.
You can't threaten me, sir. I'll call the police.
I'm not threatening you, pal. I'm just telling you.
It is now the witching hour of midnight, when churchyard joys and graves give up their day. On such a night would I do murder and drink hot blood.
I'm sorry. You slipped.
You should be more careful. You nearly hit me.
Yes, it was a hit you'd have broken every bone in your body. Made jelly out of you.
Can I take you for a ride?
Please don't. Not that one, sir. I'll get you a fresh plate. One that I'm sure of.
To be married or not to be married? That is the question. Look here. Where is the boy with the bottle of whiskey I ordered? Can't one get any service in this hotel? I've been waiting. There he is now.
About time. Hey, be careful. I shot a guy once like that by mistake.
Harold Van Dyke, do you take this man to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
Alan Bartlett, do you take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife? Do you?
No.
If our friend Ricardi fails to resign as you expect, if he so much as files an answer to our suit... Hello. Yes. What? Oh. Oh, I see. Thank you. His answer is just in the file. He's going to fight. I fear, my child, you underestimated your antagonist. A most unfortunate human error.
There's an old saying, Mr. Wendersham. It takes a thief to catch a thief. Are you sure your friends are coming?
I told them to, but they asked me why. I didn't know because you wouldn't tell me. Hey, maybe they won't take a chance.
I've made arrangements for them to come in the back way, so that no one will...
Hey, that's six.
Hello. Are you Tex? Have a drink?
After business. Let's
What's on your mind?
Well, you see,
All right, you tell us.
well, he doesn't know.
All right, then, spill it. Never mind the ahs and uhs.
You always so blunt.
I don't believe in wasting time. It's about Spot Ricardi, ain't it?
How'd you know?
What is this, a guessing game?
I filed suit against Ricardi for his removal as trustee.
We read the papers.
Don't be unpleasant. This is to your advantage as much as mine.
It better be.
What do you say, Tex, we drop this? She'll tell me some other time, and I'll slip with you.
Why, when we're all here?
Oh, I guess I ought to know first.
Can it?
Yeah, but Tex, you...
Get out.
You see, this
Blow. You got ears? Big ears. Use them.
Save it.
Well, Boston, he was worried to death about all this, but as a matter of fact, the tougher he said you were, the better I liked it.
Oh, yeah? How's that?
My suit against Ricardi cuts me off from any part of my father's estate, which is obviously unfair.
Yeah, you can't trust guys like that.
So I thought maybe I could get you to kidnap me.
Huh?
Kidnap me. And make Ricardi pay a large ransom from the estate. It's my money anyway, and I'll split it with you.
Am I getting deep, or is that just something buzzing in my ears?
Well, sure. We'll split with you.
I've made all the arrangements, even where you can hide me. No one in the world will ever guess it. Right on our own estate in Long Island. The playhouse Father built for Tony and me when we were kids. The caretaker scarcely knows it exists. We can all sit there quietly playing games while the whole world looks for me.
No, ain't that just duck?
It'd be a good joke on Ricardi when he gets the ransom note.
Yeah, swell
It's a wonderful joke.
Now, let's go.
You gonna take me right now?
Nothing but.
Will you carry my bags then? I came prepared. Wasn't that clever of me? Oh, you're terrible.
My baby, my poor baby, my own darling little Carol. What shall I do? What shall I do?
There's only one thing to do, pay the ransom.
Pay all that money? You think I'm out of my mind?
I wouldn't know anything about that, but I do know what kind of a mob we're up against. We gotta pay off. We can't risk anything happening to her.
Of course you know all about things like this. A little too much in this case, I suspect. Long ago, I had an intuition.
This is no time for me and you to get into a row. I'm only interested in Carol. Your daughter, seeing that she gets out of the spot she's in.
But not the slightest in the money. Of course, it's a coincidence that this happened while you're trustee, but I doubt if my friend in the district attorney's office would agree with you.
You're not going to tell him this. You read what the letter says, you take a chance of telling anyone. It's safer to let me handle it, alone.
How pretty. How very, very pretty. And I am to do nothing about it, while you calmly pay yourself and your friends a small fortune out of my husband's estate.
Call me anything you want to, but don't make it tougher for me to get her back.
Am I to understand that you're more interested in my daughter's welfare than her own mother?
Yes, I am. Why, My job is trustee, and I'm going to carry it out.
Telling me my duty as a mother.
Hello. Yes, this is Spot Ricardi.
Have you got the Dombo suitcase like we told you? Get into your car in front of the Van Dyke building. Come along, no tricks. Don't let nobody follow you. Go up Broadway to 14th.
Yes? Yes, I get you. Across the Queensboro Bridge. Go on.
You'll find a tomato can on a stick with a note. And I've got a message to show you we ain't foolers. Keep over on your own side of the fence. If you don't, you better duck.
It's worse than I thought. I know every one of those guys. Used to be my own mob.
Yeah, I told you. I had an intuition. It never fails. A woman's intuition. Why, he even admits it.
Can't you see what he's not admitting? Got it.
Are you going to let him go out of here with all this money?
I trust him completely.
Well, how do you know he'll pay it out for Carol?
Mother, you're crazy. Can't you see he'd do anything in the world for her? He's cuckoo about it. Look, if you were half smart, you'd take your mother for a nice long drive. Get her out of the way until this was all over.
I never.
Come on, Mother.
You think you're very clever, don't you? You think I'm just a silly, pretty woman. Well, we'll see.
Hey, when do I get my papers back? Here. Gee, thanks.
Two cars. Loaded with plainclothes dig. It's a plant.
All right, I'll figure something. Jump down here as fast as you can.
Just take a little run down Long Island, all the way to the end. You'll enjoy it.
Stop, don't talk. I think I'm getting an intuition. You know, I do believe, but of course, I'm sure of it, but definitely.
Oh, quite definitely.
He is in love with her. The man, you know, Mr. Ricardi. With Carol, I mean. A woman can always tell feminine instincts.
Mother, you're marvelous. Late end to end, you can reach from A to B.
Can't you see it? I've known it all along. Daniel thought it would happen. That's why. But definitely, he intended it. Poor Daniel. I always said your father knew more than any of you. I can't understand why you and Carol have treated Mr. Ricardi so abominably. But you have, both of you, but abominably.
Oh, I'd forgotten. I suspected him of kidnapping her. I'm the one who threatened to get the police.
Police? Oh, Tony, the police. They're following him. I forgot. That silly man in the district attorney's office has had his men following Mr. Ricardi ever since I telephoned 3 days ago. They're following him now. He wouldn't like that.
Mother, you are hopeless. Didn't you hear what he said? It may mess up everything.
Don't talk to me like that. Kindly remember that I'm your mother.
Sometimes I'd like to forget it.
Spot's crossed us up. Got the bulls on his trail. I thought I told you to keep out of
I
here.
heard the phone. Was it Eddie? Will Ricardi pay? Oh, I didn't say. You never tell me anything.
Ricardi's pulled a fast one. He's got the cops on his tail. Gonna try to grab us at the payoff, that dirty double-crossing
Don't
two-timer.
you talk like that about him. Why, he's as good as you are.
It might be smart to let the dame go and blow out of here. I never did feel so good about going up against Spot.
When we're so close to getting the money? Oh, don't do that. Can't you leave him a message? Tell him you know about the police. Ask him to get rid of them.
Oh, why can't you never keep your mouth shut?
I guess them guys know better what they want to do.
Now, what do you get off butting in?
Nothing. Just only she don't know the angles like you guys.
Yeah, you'd like to see the whole thing queered, wouldn't you?
Oh, don't listen to him.
Chump, they're not gonna split that dough with you. They never meant to. The minute they get it, they'll knock you off because you could identify them.
Is that true? But don't do that.
She figured out the answer for us. Send him a message. How'd you like to be the message, pal? You want some of the same?
Oh, you bully, you dirty bully!
Shut up. Said your piece. Thanks. Slugs, take this dame down in the cellar and keep her quiet. When Spot gets to the second place, he'll find palsy-walsy here. Maybe when he lamps his stooge with a couple of slugs in him, he'll get wise.
No, Tex, no. You ain't gonna put those slugs in me. Give me a chance, will you, Tex? You can't. I ain't squawking, honestly. I don't know part of this only. You just can't rub me out cold like this.
Yellow belly. Give them to me. I want to try out my new gun.
You drove me nuts with that finger gag of his.
All right, but do it only quick. Get it over.
Oh, no rush, sweetheart. Just sweat a little.
Red, come on, give it to me. Oh, don't keep me crazy.
Billie, get the car out. Leave him at the second spot. Red will tail you and bring you back. Is Mr. Spot Ricardi going to get the surprise of his young life? He'll pay you off and pay off quick.
In the bag, near as I can do it, we can cut up the dough, bump off the dame, and lamb out inside of an hour.
Yeah, you said it. Off the buffalo.
Catch some stuff. Let me loose, will you? You ain't gonna shoot me. With my hands caught.
He fixed himself, made the water, huh? Hey, give me that new gun. I'll break it in for you. Yeah, it ain't bad.
4 roads here, we'll scatter him. With 4 cars, we'll pick him up sure.
Yeah, and he probably paid off already.
No matter, we take him straight to the DA's office. Come on, boys, let's get going.
I'll square it for you someday, pal. I told you to stay away from those guys. But you were just too dumb to listen.
That.
The district attorney wants to see you. Come on.
I'm telling you, I know where she is, on the Van Dyke place, only a few miles from here. The note I found on him spills the whole word.
All right, tell that to the DA. I'm not interested.
But I've already paid him the money, and the minute they split it up, they'll kill the girl. Can't you understand?
All right, you paid him the money. That's what the DA wants to talk to you about. Maybe he'll want to know something about him, about who put those slugs in him. Now go on, get in and quit talking.
What kind of hick police are you down here? Can't you understand? We gotta go get her first.
All right, we're hick police, but our orders to bring you in, not to go tracing all over the country playing games with you. Now go on, get in.
How far is the Van Dyke estate?
Down the road a few miles. Only you ain't going there.
Oh, you made that perfectly clear.
Never mind about that.
You don't mind if I do.
Sap getting his fingers caught in that. When any kid could get loose. The oldest trick in the world. But that dumb Bill could never figure it out. What's that? You're supposed to put your fingers in it. Then pull them out again.
Let me see that amount, will you?
Sure.
Well, how'd you say?
Put your fingers in it.
Then what?
Pull them out again.
Well, I can't.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure.
Pull over that, Gardner.
Why, I'm bothered why you...
Get out, both of you. Come on, come on. Shut that door.
Sorry, pals. I'll swear the DA later.
And he's running amok. Get him at once.
There he goes now.
on him.
Quick! What's that ring door? Somebody holler.
You're hearing 10 grand in your pants pocket.
Yeah, you think so. What's up, Wiggler? Grab all of them. You come with me, Joe. Never mind that beat ticket in. It's Ricardi. He's got the bull.
Somebody, pal?
Here we are.
Pick him up.
That was for me. This was for Boston.
I got here in time, or you would have killed him.
Look, I didn't...
Come on, let's get out of here. Come on.
Oh, is he dead?
Nah, only plugged in the shoulder.
Look, I can...
Listen, you. You can't do 80 miles an hour in this county. I'm going to give you a ticket.
Disgraceful, all these cars, all these men on our lawn. I'll notify the police.
Look, I can explain everything.
Get up, Lloyd.
Don't call me Squirt.
So you can't take it, eh?
Hey, fella, fun is fun, but will you take this thing off?
You